It's the Infinite Podcast. Go tell your friends. It's the Infinite Podcast. My God, it never ends. It's the Infinite Podcast with Rob and Court the Kid.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Project Infinite Podcast, the podcast covering the infinite and ever-expanding multiverse of fandom from movies, comics, TV shows, video games. We've got you covered. I'm Rob. I'm here, as always, with Court. And Court, we're doing a part two. It's a part... Have we ever done it? Oh, we have done a two-parter. We did the two-parter with whatever we paired with our Deadpool and Wolverine review. That was two parts. I don't remember what the other part was, but that was a part one, part two stitch.
We're back with part ones and parts twos.
We're doing part one. We did part two last week.
Wait.
You gotta listen to these out of order. No, but we're doing part two of our MCU power rankings, official, the objective list. Our list is right. Everyone else's list is wrong.
Correct. And that's the thing that I want everybody to take from this is that we're better than you guys. We're right and you guys are wrong.
Yeah, this is the official list. Like we said last week, Kevin Feige greenlit this.
Yes, he said, guys, we can't figure out who's got the best list, so we need you guys to handle this.
Yeah, you nailed it. And then next week we'll do a list of all the MCU lists afterwards. And then ours is first.
Right.
And then we just got to sort out all the other ones.
Correct.
So we did the Multiversal, or we did the Infinity Saga last week, ending with Spider-Man Far From Home. So we'll review that list before we get into part two, where we cover the Multiversal Saga from Black Widow through Avengers Doomsday.
Right.
So we saw it. We saw it early. It's good.
It's all right.
We saw Armor Wars.
Yeah, we saw Armor Wars.
Should we
do an episode.
rank the unreleased ones?
What else do we got on there?
Blade?
Yeah, we saw Blade. We saw Blade.
We did see Blade.
Yep. It was all right.
Not bad.
It was not bad.
It got weird at the end there.
Yeah, when he was just like, he said, this is one Blade too many. And then I left the theater.
There's only ever going to be one Blade. And he said, hold on.
And then Wesley Snipes walked through.
What if there were two Blades?
What if there were two Blades? And then the Avengers theme started playing. It was crazy.
Then that weird...
Nightclub music?
The weird nightclub music started playing at the end. Boom, 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 boom,
Come on.
All right, anyway. That was a long transition.
This was a long transition.
Into the news. So we do have some news. We got Superman news.
Yes, we do.
So James Gunn has already started working on... He finished? He's already working on the script?
Yeah, he's already working on the script because he had I think he had the outline for it done. He was working on the outline, so I think it's now full script time for the Superman sequel,
Man of Tomorrow.
So this film will be called Man of Tomorrow. Do you want to just gentlemen's agree right now that there's no shot they call this Man of Tomorrow? That the studio's going to be like, you're going to call it Superman Man of Tomorrow, or you're not going to have
Right, yeah.
I am looking forward to this. So the pitch for this movie... I mean, obviously, this is the sequel to one of my favorite Superman movies of all time, so that definitely helps out. But, just to see David Cornsweet get back into the fold is going to be great. The fast track is absolutely insane. Sorry, Simu Liu, but the fast track for this is absolutely insane.
It's how movies used to be.
Yeah, if you really want to talk about the superhero movies, yes, this is exactly how they used to be. Like, you made a thing, the next thing got greenlit, you got 2 to 3 years for the... Remember when 3 years, we used to be like, wow, that was a long time in between sequels. 3 years? Holy crap.
Yeah.
But now this film is, 2 years. And I truthfully don't think that'll change. I think they're going to try to really keep that schedule tight.
Yeah, and it also tells me that, he knew pretty early on that obviously there was going to be a sequel. So obviously he probably already had this rolling in his head. That this is what he wanted to do, which is good. Like, when you're a creator and you have a vision, of course, you should also be focusing on the next thing if that's what you want to take it. So, yeah, it's going to be like a dual Superman Lex Luthor movie, which I also think is a great idea. Mm-hmm. As they kind of do the like enemy of my enemy bit.
Well, I think the biggest thing is it's getting Nicholas Hoult up to that level as well too, because I still think he was the most phenomenal Lex Luthor that we've seen in live action so far to date. He was absolutely incredible, but the best thing about his Lex is you can feel there's more. I really think they're going to try to work him to President Lex, and that's the thing about this universe is it feels so fruitful. It feels like there's so much potential in here. I've actually been reading the Jeff Johns Green Lantern run. I have all 3 omnibuses, and I have the Blackest Night omnibus ready to go, and I've literally ripped off 20 issues of that in the last few days, and just thinking about the Lanterns TV show, thinking about Supergirl, like this universe is so rich, and you can really tell that they wanna really dive deep into all this lore, and DC lore has never been thought about to this capacity as an entire universe before. So I'm really excited to kind of see where this new threat will be, and it's Brainiac.
It's almost certainly Brainiac.
It's 99.9% going to be Brainiac, which I'm very excited for.
And I imagine, I don't know for sure, but I imagine that Supergirl will also probably end up being a part of this.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the Supergirl movie is going to turn into like a cult classic. Like, I think that movie is going to be really beloved. I really hope that movie performs too. I'm really, really, really hoping that movie performs, because it's an incredible comic run. It's True Grit. It's Supergirl, but it's True Grit. It's literally the plot to that. I cannot explain it any differently. So I'm really looking forward to that. Clayface is starting to get some traction as well too. So you got Clayface going on. Like I've said, Lanterns is my number one most anticipated thing. Mm-hmm. I just think that before, I really thought that, which I still think that show's going to be grounded, but I do think that show's going to be really big and bombastic and bodacious. Like, I really think that show's going to really try to take a lot of swings. And if you would have told me that before Superman came out, I would have said, no, they're going to really try to ground this thing. They might not even put on the suits, but like after, I'm like, oh, they're going to do all the things. I really think they're going to do everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, I mean, you look at budget as well, too, and, like, you look at a show like House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, later seasons, The Last of Us, and you see how big the budgets are on that, and I think, you know, Peacemaker has been really good. That third episode of Peacemaker is probably one of the best episodes of that show so far. That was an incredible episode.
I think the thing, too, is, like, HBO is starting to buy in a way that, like, you want to say, like, Disney did with Marvel.
Just thinking the same thing.
Where they're, like... They feel something is brewing.
Yes, yep. Like they've never felt before.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And yeah, I mean, rightfully so. I mean, we compared the Superman movie to Iron Man in a lot of ways, in the sense that, like, this is the launch point. Like, as long as, if you nail this, like, nothing but greener pastures ahead. Like, we've literally, you know, this feels like the first time, and I guess it's not a mistake that it's also a comic book property, but, like, this is the first time where, like, the shared universe thing feels like it might actually have traction.
Yes.
In a way that, you know, outside of Marvel, you know, we've gone down the rabbit hole of shared universes before, and none of them have worked, which just goes to show you how spectacular the MCU is. But this one feels like it might stay, like it might stick around.
I mean, we all know what the true definer of this shared universe is going to be. It's Batman. Whatever the decision on Batman will probably be the biggest.
It's going to be
that's going to swing in that whole thing.
Definitely a hinge point for sure.
Because you have the two options. You get Brandon Sklaner, you let him play Batman. You let him be a bit more of a fantastical version of Batman. I don't even really want to say fantastical. I just mean a Batman that, like, is in a Gotham City that's, like, you know, Condiment King's running around and, like, all these crazy things are happening. But, like, I love to use Peacemaker as the leverage point for that, because Peacemaker's been doing the most absurd of things, but then you get scenes where, you know, his brother's like, you know, you can talk to me if something's going, like, you get these super emotional scenes and these super, you know, there's a lot of realism even in a show like Peacemaker as well too. So it's like, that's James Gunn's true power, and I think he can get Batman to have a little bit of both. Like,
It's the stuff that made the Batman the animated series so great.
Right. Superman. You know what show I've been watching for some reason? I've been watching Young Justice for some reason.
Sure,
and, like,
it's a great show.
Even a show like that, like, having that feel so lived in, like, James Gunn is really a student of, you know, understanding how to, you know, propel these characters that are already in the universe and, you know, redefine them if need be, redefine them in the same universe that they were already defined. So I'm really looking forward to what this film is. April 2026 is when they're looking to shoot. The Batman Part 2 is also shooting around that time. I see. I'm crazy. I still think that they're trying to decide if they want to. You know who I think the person that they need to get on board is? It's Robert Pattinson. I think he was the. I think James asked him, and Robert said, "I don't know yet. Like, I don't." Because obviously the Batman is very different. Like, it's a very different feel. But I still think you can find a way to get... Because Peacemaker feels violently different than Superman. You know what I mean? But also it doesn't holistically. Like, it still feels like it's in the same universe. I just think you can find a way to get Robert Pattinson's Batman in there. You can find a way.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Or you do the other route. You just get a new Batman. You know, you make that. I just think the detrimental nature of what that does to the Batman. Sell. Yeah.
It's definitely a tough sell.
You probably don't get a third Matt Reeves Batman movie if
no, because you're kind of diluting your own consumer base. Because I mean, so many people are not gonna be able to wrap their minds around it. Like that, there's two Batman movies.
That's my thing.
Batman running around
like one of them is violently cinematic, and not saying the other one can't be or anything. I just think they're gonna try to, you know. There's going to be a different feel to it. I don't know. I'm really torn on this because, you know, obviously the Batman I think that is my favorite comic book movie of all time.
Okay.
Is the Batman. I adore that movie in a way that people, I mean, it's because I love the cinema, La Cinema. And I think the Batman is probably the closest thing to real life cinema that you can find in the quote unquote comic book genre. But, you know, to have two Batman running at the same time is tough. That is
we've never seen
something like that before. That's like saying like, hey, we have this Iron Man running around, but also we have another Iron Man movie. That's people are like,
it'd be like if they released like the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies at the same time. At the same time. It would just be very confusing.
Right. Or if like Andrew Garfield were to get a Spider-Man movie right now.
Right, yeah.
Like you'd be like, well, we like to say this all the time. People aren't like us. People aren't nerds that like obsess over this. Like they'd be the average moviegoer would be so confused.
It's you know, not to beat a dead horse, but like it's why the Flash didn't work because it was too like inside baseball. It was too cute with it. Like they had Clooney show up, and then there were so many people that saw that and they're like, "What?" You know what I mean?
Is
like
he Batman now? Like I don't understand. What's going on.
They didn't understand like the thing because Ben Affleck was also in that movie,
right?
It's like it was,
and Michael Keaton was in that movie,
right? Exactly. So like the Flash is a perfect example of why this concept doesn't work because people were like, "Wait, what is happening?"
Yeah,
you know.
But I'm so torn because I don't want them to touch Matt Reeves' universe.
No, I don't either. I think it should stick around.
Greg Fraser, find a way to free yourself. Don't do the Beatles movies. Do the Batman.
Don't do the Beatles movies.
Tell Sam Mendes to go get someone else. Don't do it. Is Roger Deakins busy? He can do it. He was alive when the Beatles were big.
Cinema news. So here's a question for you. If this is such a wild story,
I want you to ask the question, and then I want to be the Call of Duty producers.
Right.
When you ask
so
me
if
this.
you were in charge of you know,
I'm going to close my eyes for this.
Fairly popular video game franchise.
The most popular video game franchise.
One of, yeah, for sure. And a director came to you. Not just a director.
No, keep going with that. Just say a director.
A director came to you and was like, hey, I'm a big fan of your games. I think they're awesome. I would like to make one.
Hey, director, what things have you directed?
Oh, I mean, have you ever heard of Jaws?
It doesn't ring a bell. What else?
I mean, all right. Stupid question. War movie. Saving Private Ryan.
It's all right.
It's Steven Spielberg is knocking on the door. Knock, knock. Here he is. and then you as the video game company are like, nah. Pass. What is happening? So Steven Spielberg, you might have heard of him. He's apparently a big Call of Duty guy. Which checks out because Medal of Honor and Call of Duty both draw a lot of inspiration from Saving Private Ryan. So Steven Spielberg, big fan of Call of Duty, decided he would like to do one, like a movie about Call of Duty. And Activision, the company that owns the property, was like, hard pass. Because apparently Steven Spielberg wanted something as crazy as full control of the film and Final Cut. And Activision was like, nah. Instead, we'll sell these Call of Duty rights to Paramount and let them do a thing.
You mean Paramount that did Halo?
Yeah. What are we doing? In what world does this make sense? Do
you understand?
Just was on this podcast last episode saying, man, what a great time for video game adaptations. Like, people are starting to take them seriously. Like, Zach Krager did Weapons, and now he's doing Resident Evil, which is awesome. We talked a few minutes about Alex Garland, like the lengths that he went to for this Elden Ring movie that he's doing.
HBO doing The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. Fallout.
Fallout is incredible.
We got this. Amazon's also doing a Tomb Raider series now that Sophie Turner is going to be starring in.
Yep. David Leitch is who's doing.
David Leitch is doing Gears of War.
Gears of War. Ghost of Tsushima with Chad Stahelski's
doing. Yes, there are filmmakers doing things with video game properties, and it's awesome. And for the director of directors, like the godfather of directing, not even no hyperbole, he's arguably the greatest director of all time, is just knocking on your door.
Do you understand? So I guarantee you there were some studios in Hollywood that were like, what are you doing? You have the greatest director to ever walk the face of the planet. And you said, nah, we're good.
We don't. Because we're not comfortable giving him whatever he wants. I don't understand, man.
And
it's so strange. It was the most bizarre, and like it wasn't even like a clickbait story either. Like it was like major news publications were reporting on that this happened.
Do you understand what having Steven Spielberg brings you? An incredible cinematographer. He brings you an incredible composer along. He brings you probably the A-list actors that might not have signed on to this because they didn't want to be an IP would sign on to this. What are you doing?
Wild. It's
Why
insane.
would you say no to Steven Spielberg?
It doesn't make sense.
That's like if freaking like the NBA had a film and like Spike Lee's like, yeah, I want to direct this film, and the NBA's like, no, we're good.
No, you don't get it.
Yeah, it's all right. You don't get the NBA.
You don't get what we do.
Yeah.
He also did Band of Brothers, so it's not like he did Saving Private Ryan. He did Band of Brothers. Like I don't understand. It's bizarre. It's so bizarre.
A Call of Duty movie with him would have been the greatest thing ever.
It would have been incredible.
What's your favorite Steven Spielberg movie? We got to do an episode dedicated to Steven Spielberg. Guy's the GOAT.
He's earned it. He's earned us talking about him on the podcast. My favorite.
You think?
It's close. It's like The Flash, and then
come on, no.
Then when we did that Fast and Furious episode, and then probably Spielberg right after that. My favorite scene is. It's tough. It's real tough. Probably Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay. I asked that question.
I like Indiana Jones
with a purpose of saying you just had to battle with yourself to say your favorite one because he's one of the greatest filmmakers ever.
Yeah.
Literally changed the landscape of what film is. And a studio said, nah, we're good.
We're good.
Catch Me If You Can, I think, is one of the most fun movies that's ever been made. It's absolutely incredible. At that stage in Leo's career is kind of where Timothée Chalamet is right now in his career, too, which is pretty cool. But I digress.
Yeah, it's wild. But now I want to see what this... See, now this Call of Duty thing's going to come out, and I'm going to be like... Even if it's good, I've been like, yeah... But imagine if Steven Spielberg had done it. You know what I mean? Like that's the wild part.
Like imagine the guy that has to follow up Steven Spielberg possibly being the director. They're gonna get some TV director to do this now. What are we doing?
I don't know, man.
Who would do a good Call of Duty movie?
Steven Spielberg, probably.
Yeah.
See, you can't ask this hypothetical anymore because they had the best possible person to do it, and now he's not able to do it because they said no. So it's off the table. The hypothetical is actually off the table. But we did get a trailer for a Netflix joint. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are back.
Which, okay, I asked Rob to do. We need like a little theme music when we do Court Cinema Corner.
Yeah.
The CCC, the Triple C.
Okay.
We need intro music for that.
We'll work on that.
But okay, so here's the thing. Here's my little thing. The trailer looks great. Ben Affleck. Matt Damon obviously having this, like, at this point in their careers, it's like they're doing their De Niro Pacino thing. Like, is this only the third time they've been together in a film?
Oh, they've done a ton of movies together. What are you, crazy?
I'm trying to think about the big, obviously Good Will Hunting.
Dogma,
yep. What else? I'm talking about in like the last 10 to 15. Like when they were a little older, a little wiser. And Affleck was making...
I mean, the last, like, nothing really that recent.
No, that's...
Like, a lot of the stuff that they did together was in the 90s.
Well, right, and that's what I'm saying.
They did Good Will Hunting. Like, there was, like, a run where they did Good Will Hunting, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob, and Jersey Girl. And then they kind of all took a collect. I mean, they worked together, producing wise.
It's because they got so big. Like, they both started hitting A-list stratosphere, and like, so it's tough for the two of them to work at the same time.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at is they both got back together for a film.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
This film looks very good. The thing that is I just want to kind of talk about the change in the cinema going experience, and the fact that if I would have told you 10, 15 years ago that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were in a movie, you would have been in a cinema the second that movie came out.
Sure.
Now you're talking about these A-list actors, some of the greatest directors to ever live on this planet, are now going to these streaming services and they're releasing these movies. Like, it's just surreal for me personally to see, like, streaming like with like the Netflix tag at the bottom of like a Ben Affleck and Matt Damon movie. That's crazy. That's insane. You see De Niro on a Netflix show or movie, whatever he was in that Netflix movie, I think, where he was the president. Like, obviously Scorsese was on Apple TV doing his thing. Spike Lee was on Netflix. Scorsese was on Netflix doing The Irishman. So it's like, it's so crazy to see the change in the world and to see, just how powerful the world of streaming has become. Like, it's and I kind of had a conversation about it. The thing that I think is that Matt Damon talked about it. He said the thing that used to make us our money before was the residuals off of like DVD sales and VHS sales. And like, that's what used to drive your gross for the rest of the run. Because how many DVD sales, rental sales were you getting out of your films? Like, you're talking about, millions of dollars after the fact, and that's just not a thing anymore because I can just log on to HBO Max and watch a film that I was in 25 years ago that I forgot I was even in. Like,
right, yeah.
The whole landscape has changed. So I guarantee you what they're doing now is they probably got paid less back then, but the residuals carried them, where now they probably get more of an upfront pay to be in these films.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. I just saw the two of them and I didn't know it was a Netflix movie at first because I only saw the rip and I saw Ben Affleck's face, and then I clicked it and it said Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and I said, oh, that's gonna both playing possibly dirty cops, or one of them's a dirty cop. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. And then it's a Netflix and I was like, wow, man, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. This is insane.
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, it looks good. Stephen Yeun's also in this movie.
Tiana Taylor, she's starting to put together a pretty good acting career, if you ask me.
Yeah, so
Kyle Chandler, who's going to play Hal Jordan, which I can't be more excited about.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, it looks good. I think it's going to be good. Anything those two guys are involved in, I'm in on. Mm-hmm. So, and then, I mean, the last thing that I have is we got a trailer for Marvel Zombies, which comes out in 2 weeks.
Is it cool?
It's pretty cool. It's a shame it's like a 4 episode like mini thing. Right. They probably could have just cut this into a movie, I would imagine. But it looks cool, man. I love what they're doing with the Marvel animated stuff. Is the art style on all these animated shows is so different from one product to the next. Right. Whether it's X-Men 97, whether it's Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man,
Eyes of Wakanda, and then like What If. Obviously, this is Marvel Zombies has like the What If art style. But even that Marvel Zombies episode of What If, I thought it looked really good comparatively. And this is a continuation of that episode of Marvel Zombies, because you have the Ant-Man who's just a head with the flying, got the Doctor Strange cloak kind of flying him around. You got the one-legged T'Challa. Mm-hmm. So it's like a continuation of that, and it's just going to be zombies but Marvel, and I think that's cool. Seems to be centered around basically few members of the Thunderbolts. Mm-hmm. So Yelena, Red Guardian are there. Shang-Chi obviously has a pretty big role in this. Kate Bishop seems to have a pretty big role. And then Thor obviously is in this. Blade is in this, who is in this universe powered by the power of Khonshu. Mm-hmm. So he kind of is the avatar. Which is
Moon Knight, which is cool. It's a cool idea. Like, that's the stuff that they were flirting with like What If, with like cool concepts like that, but obviously season 2 and 3 kind of diverted from that a little bit and made it a little more serialized, which I wasn't super crazy about. Mm-hmm. But looks cool, man. I mean, characters doing cool stuff. Cool characters doing cool stuff.
That's all you need. Is it cool?
It looks cool. I guess the one semi-alarming thing is that Mahershala Ali is not voicing Blade in this. which is a little spooky.
Right.
Considering you would think if they were trying to kind of keep him in the zeitgeist that
You would put him in that.
you would have him voice Blade, since he has yet to do a single thing as Blade besides that voice cameo in Eternals. So that's a little scary.
Yeah.
But other than that, it looks cool.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. It comes out in 2 weeks. Are they doing all of the episodes at once, or is it they doing them week
I'm
by
not
week?
going to lie. I hope for a show like that, they just do a
Just
full
put the whole
release.
thing on.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put the whole thing on. It's fine. Any thoughts on that before we move on?
I mean, Spider-Man ripping off a whole bunch of zombie heads.
That's what I mean.
Is cool as heck. I just love how the immediate opening of the trailer is like, no, this is TVMA. We're gonna have fun. And I think that's the most important thing. Let them live. Let
Zombie
them have
Thanos
fun.
is back.
Zombie Thanos is back. A lot of Thanos or a lot of zombie stuff is back.
The Zombie Scarlet Witch is back.
She's a problem. That's a balanced breakfast over there.
He's gonna be like, I guess maybe like the main zombie villain.
Which I like because it's like I love the whole thing of like, well, how are we gonna beat this now?
Well, yeah, because that's obviously DC has their own zombie thing. And the cool thing about like both those universes is like they're zombies, but they still have their powers. Mm-hmm. It's like, how do you stop the Scarlet Witch when she's totally unrestrained?
Right. Right.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right,
Let's do this.
Part two. So real quick, I will go down the list or go up the list, I guess, starting from worst to best. So we did 23 movies last episode. We got another 14 today. So starting from the bottom up, worst movie, definitively, Thor: The Dark World. Then Thor, bad showing for Thor. He got a top 10 movie in here, but it's bottom. It's not looking great for Thor. So Thor, Captain Marvel, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 3, Ant-Man 2. This is where we get in our Iron Man, Ant-Man back and forth. So Iron Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Iron Man 2, Original Recipe Iron Man. Then we get in the top, or Original Recipe Ant-Man, sorry. And then we go into the top 15. So Spider-Man Far From Home, Captain America The First Avenger, Avengers Age of Ultron, Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange. And then our top 10, starting from 10, Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 9, Iron Man. Number 8, The Avengers. Number 7, Thor Ragnarok. Number 6, Black Panther. Number 5, Avengers Endgame. Number 4, Captain America Civil War. Number 3, Captain America The Winter Soldier. Number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. And number 1, Avengers Infinity War.
And we are talking about the best films, not our personal opinions on what our favorites are from top to bottom. It's like an amalgamation of favorite and best, but this is what we think.
Yeah, that stuff ultimately matters. It's part of the reason why I think when we ended the last episode doing Spider-Man Far From Home, it's why that movie gets, because we talked about this came up in a lot of different, when we were discussing these movies, like some of these movies, and we did it both ways with Spider-Man Far From Home, but we also did it conversely with Guardians of the Galaxy. We're like, a good movie, objectively to me, has these moments, right? That you can snap back, call back, and Guardians of the Galaxy is littered with them.
Yes, Winter Soldier has it.
Infinity War is littered with them. Whereas like Spider-Man Far From Home, it's that, you get that spider sense sequence, but then the rest of the movie is just kind of like, it's okay.
Give me my Thor: The Dark World moments.
Right. What's a good Thor: The Dark? Probably the one scene where Loki turns into Captain America.
But that's not even that's a 2-second scene.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So like it's there's some good stuff, like when Loki reacting to the death of Frigga is pretty. It's touching, but it's not like Guardians of the Galaxy where like it's just from Jump Street and Guardians of the Galaxy. This Avengers Infinity War, same thing. Black Panther. There's so many moments.
Man, I'm looking at this list and I really want to put Far From Home under Ant-Man now.
I still think Far From Home is better.
Tom Holland's still great.
He's still great. Jake Gyllenhaal is incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's the other thing too, is like the performances. Sometimes a great performance can bolster a pretty average movie. You know what I mean? And Jake Gyllenhaal, I think we were all taken aback by how good Jake Gyllenhaal was as Mysterio, even if the rest of the movie was just kind of okay. And there's nothing wrong with being okay. Like rankings are weird. Right. It's like Spider-Man Far From Home is 15th on this list. It's still not a bad movie. Like it's still fine. And that's when you're doing 30 some odd movies in your franchise and you're you get 15, 16, 17, 18 and they're all still pretty good. That's a pretty good hit rate, So anyway, we finished with the Infinity Saga. We have 14 movies left, and we kick off. This is the pandemic era. And we start with Black Widow, directed by Kate Shortland, a movie that should have just come out 4 years earlier than it did.
Well, I think we have differing perspectives, because the perspective from most, I think, is always this movie should have came out before, right? And yes, but my perspective is if you release this movie before, you don't get Florence Pugh out of it. That's the danger of this film being released before.
Really
you don't get one of the best young new actors to get added into this franchise from that. So that's kind of the penance you need to ask yourself is, where does that make this film fall? I mean, you look at the full film, like, the action's solid. Scarlett Johansson's is really good. Obviously, Florence Pugh is lightning in a bottle. So is David Harbour on top of that, too. You feel emotion in this film. I think, I wouldn't necessarily say the word underwhelmed. This movie has a dangerous villain problem, though.
And the fact that the villain is terrible.
Dreykov, you can care less about.
We're treading Thor the Dark World level villain.
Don't care. Dreykov is one of the
He's a horrible person.
Yeah, horrible person. One of the most forgettable villains.
That's the thing, though. Like, the things that he does and that are explained to us are so heinous.
Yeah.
And I still don't feel emotionally invested in that character getting his comeuppance.
No.
It's great that he dies.
It's because, awesome. And then that goes back to your point. If this movie would have came out after the first Avengers movie, when it should have, you would have been like, oh, like, I'm like, this guy's a POS, and I want to see him.
You want to see him get his ass kicked.
And then, how did Loki know that about? Loki read the files.
It's the Red Skull thing. Like,
right.
That's why Captain America: The First Avenger is pretty good. It's because like you want to see the Red Skull get his ass kicked.
Right.
Whereas like this, like Dreykov does like objectively horrible things to these women.
Right.
And you still, not that you don't feel it. It's just like, I don't know what it is. Like, it just doesn't land. Maybe he's not in it enough.
No, I think that's part of the reason. So, thinking about this movie as well, I think you look at this movie had it's like the bad version of What You Do in Winter Soldier, where Winter Soldier is a full espionage film. This is the one that should have been the full espionage film, but they're scared of it to a degree, if that makes sense. Like, there's a bit of fear that goes into diving full send. And obviously, this movie also came out in a tough time. It was 2021. It was the middle of
it's the pandemic.
Pandemic
this movie got
time.
released for free on Disney Plus.
Yeah, which was
a huge deal.
Right. So,
to the point where Scarlett Johansson left Marvel because
yeah, she was pissed. She was like, why didn't I get, I was one of the original 6 and I didn't even get a movie?
Yeah, I got a movie, but you gave it away for free.
Exactly. So I'm going to put this...
I want to see if we end up in the same spot.
Better than Captain Marvel, worse than the Incredible Hulk?
I was going to bump it above Incredible Hulk and put it below Iron Man 3.
You know what? I will too. I can agree on that, because I think this movie, like I said, Florence Pugh is incredible. David Harbour, you get out of this as well too. You get this Jason Bourne-esque thing in the first half, which I think is cool.
There's some cool stuff in this movie.
Action's pretty solid.
It doesn't really have a definitive. I'm going back to the moment thing. It doesn't have a definitive moment that's super incredible. And
I think that's part of the Taskmaster. And again, the reason I want to knock this under Incredible Hulk is because of the assassination of Taskmaster,
which we'll litigate further when we do the Thunderbolts. So I think
20 is fine.
20's fine. Here we go. Here's the good one. This one's gonna be fun. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yes, I think this is a channel favorite.
Directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who is now doing Spider-Man 3, which I think goes to show you how
he was gonna do Kang Dynasty.
He was
and subsequently would have done Secret Wars after that too.
Yeah. So I think that it's a shame that this movie never got a proper sequel.
This is
I think this movie's good, man.
I think this movie's really good.
I'm not sure it's a top 10, but I think it's good.
That's where I might disagree with you.
Okay, make the case.
It's worse than Iron Man 1, but I think it's better than Homecoming. And you want to talk about the moments. I knew this movie has a layer of beauty to it as well, too, especially. And then you want to talk about solving your villain problem. Tony Luang is incredible.
You know where? I definitely think it belongs in this cluster. This Iron Man, Homecoming, Doctor Strange cluster.
Yep.
And it's interesting that it belongs in that cluster because I think of these 4 movies. I want to peruse this. Black Panther's above the others. But these 4 movies we have ranked right now are the best origin movies besides Black Panther.
And Shang-Chi belongs in there.
I think Shang-Chi belongs in there.
Man, you want to talk about the moments. him fight, like, you know what? I always like to say that this movie has the best, the most forgivable third act CGI fest at the end. It has one of the most forgivable ones. Incredible score on this film. The film looks good. The action is just absurdly good.
I think you're right. I think it is above Homecoming because, like, I feel like if we're doing like battle points, you know what I mean? Like the villain, I think, is like a wash.
Yeah, because Keaton and Liu are both great, and
Mandarin. I think the leads are both really good. Mm-hmm. I think the supporting cast in Shang-Chi is probably just as good as Homecoming. Mm-hmm. People can say whatever they want about Awkwafina. I think she
was fun in that. She was good.
I like the aunt. I like the mom.
I think the emotional payoff in Shang-Chi is a little bit better.
Yeah. See, this is why this is fun. Like, I like litigating these things.
Yep.
And, like, really breaking, like, when you get to, like, it's easy to, like, just throw them onto a board, but, like, once you start, like, the nitty gritty of, like...
This needs to be better than this or worse than this.
It's like... But I think, you know, the way that we framed it is, you know, it's not as good as, like, Black Panther, I don't think anything... Because how many more... We don't have that many origin movies. We don't have any origin movies left besides Eternals.
And technically speaking, Fantastic Four.
Sure. But I don't see Black Panther getting eclipsed as far as an origin story goes. So I think it belongs with these other high tier origin movies. So yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool putting Shang-Chi 10th for right now.
Okay.
Then we go on to The Eternals, origin story, directed by Oscar winner Chloe Zhao. This was like a huge deal for Marvel.
Yeah, this Marvel is like, we're doing cinema now. It's over, y'all.
Yeah, they brought Chloe Zhao in. They bring in this ridiculously high tier cast.
Angelina Jolie's in here. Brian Tyree Henry's in here. Who else do we have? Selma Hayek's in there. The most different feeling Marvel
Kit Harington.
movie. Kit Harington and what's his name? And
Richard.
Yeah. Richard Madden.
Gemma Chan. Mm-hmm. Just Kamal Nanjiani. Mm-hmm. This Barry Keoghan. Like this, they were not screwing around until they went and screwed around.
I'm so torn on this.
I still think this movie's pretty good.
Well, you know how I feel about this. You can tell that Chloe Zhao was shackled making this film. Mm-hmm. You know she was a bit shackled. I just watched the trailer for Hamnet as well, too. A film where she's no doubtedly going to be nominated for Best Picture and Best Director. Mm-hmm. And obviously the reason that Marvel was so incredibly like, wait, are you serious? That she signed, after winning Best Director, she signed on to do this film. And you see the bones of like this absolutely, you know, cinematic realm. But again, I feel like the studio needed to step in places where they should have. This film has another bad villain problem. And
in the sense that it's Icarus,
which could have played so incredibly well. Like, I feel like when this film wants to take the massive swings, they go to start the punch and then they pull back a little bit.
I think this movie's interesting in the fact that it's more so than maybe any of these other movies besides Thunderbolts. The movie's truly a character study, and it's a philosophy study.
And how long was this movie? This is one of the longer Marvel movies, if not one of the longest.
It's so long. It is 156 minutes. It's about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, which is that's on the longer side of these Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, what people think about this movie is like, it's boring. It's like, and I'm like, no, I like this. Like, I like this.
It's slow paced,
but
it's introspective.
If you're gonna do that, that payoff needs to be so much more impactful. Mm-hmm. I think you know, I often thought about this. I was like, could the Eternals have played better as a Disney Plus show, but like a longer form Disney Plus show?
Like a period type
Yes,
deal?
Like a period by, like, era by era to period piece. Mm-hmm. And like you kind of do it, like you kind of start at the end, essentially. So you start at like, you know, the Eternal, like we have this many days and those are the episodes and you dial back, like really peeling back the layers. But I think this movie was so aggressively against being in the MCU. And it's weird because looking back on it, I think this movie could have benefited a little bit more from being in the MCU. You know what I mean? Like making it so poignant, like,
in a different world, this movie could have done what Fantastic Four ended up doing.
Right.
Where it's like, in the MCU, but like it's doing something totally different.
Right.
But it's doing something totally different that works.
They wanted Game of Thrones MCU edition.
Sure they did.
And did it work? For a person like me, yeah, it did. I still think this is one of the most underrated Marvel films that's ever been released. It's one of the most gorgeous looking Marvel movies we have ever gotten.
Some of the effects work is wild.
It's insane. It's incredible looking. You also waste, what's his name? Bill Skarsgård. You wasted him on the villain of the fake villain of this movie.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You absolutely wasted Bill Skarsgård. Which, it's funny enough, that's not the worst villain waste of the Multiversal Saga.
Not by a long shot.
We have a nuclear weapon waiting for that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just thinking about this film again, it's personally one of my favorite Marvel films. I will put the cape on for Chloe Zhao any day of the week. This film's got some absolutely incredible ideas, incredible visuals, incredible performances, emotional performances. You know, you get a lot. You know, it's funny. Like my emotional performance MVP of this movie, it's Brian Tyree Henry. He's so good in this movie to the point where it's like, should you have been maybe the perspective lead in this movie instead of Gemma Chan? But everybody's just, I think performance-wise, everybody's great. I wish I got more out of this too, because I read through Neil. Who was it that did that Eternals run? Like it was Neil Gaiman, right? I read through that Neil Gaiman run before this movie came out. Like I was like, man, they really have a chance here. Like they really have a chance to. Because I remember Feige's like, we're gonna get this submitted for awards consideration right out of the gate. Mm-hmm. You know the film that they probably should have done the awards consideration for? Wakanda Forever. That was the one.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this list, and I think this movie ends up in that Ant-Man, Iron Man cluster.
I disagree with you. I think it belongs a little higher. I think it belongs in the Ultron Guardians 2 First Avenger cluster. Because I think your thought process is like the things it didn't do right gets it there, but my thought process is the things that did it right should get it up there, regardless of the other things in this film. So I think
it's weird because it's like on a filmmaking level, I agree. Mm-hmm. Because I think it's filmmaking wise, I think it's one actually of the like upper echelon.
But
everything else is just kind of
storytelling perspective is where you really you have to dictate off. Story is key. Story is king.
I want to give it credit for the ambition too, because it is ambitious. Maybe it's just under Age of Ultron and above First Avenger.
I had it above Age of Ultron, but I'll agree. I think Age of Ultron has a more impactful punch.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, again, like when you're doing like the check boxes, like there's nothing in Eternals that touches Spader.
No,
like not even close.
No, but I think
the third act of Age of Ultron is pretty spectacular.
Yeah. And I think the thing that propels it above First Avenger, I think it is the filmmaking. I think the filmmaking propels it above First Avenger.
I think that's fair.
What do you got for me next? Am I going to get mad next? Not yet? Or is it starting?
It's Spider-Man. Spider-Man No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Because I think this is where we have the biggest split in the road of how we feel about this movie.
Well, because this movie's in and of itself is divided and divisive in a lot of different ways.
Man, it's like my nuclear hot take of how I feel about this movie. Who talks first? Should I talk first? Should you talk first?
You can go first.
Okay.
So directed by John Watts. Again, leave it in, John Watts.
He did. Remember when he was going to do the Fantastic Four movie?
He didn't leave it in. He did whatever it was that he took out. He didn't leave it in.
No.
I mean, where do you even go with this movie? Because this is the movie where like this is the ultimate roller coaster movie. The highs of this movie are like ridiculously high.
You're floating in air. You're to even get an inkling of what you had in Avengers Endgame, this film did. And I will never be in denial of how potent that is.
This movie, the highest of highs of this movie are like in that top 5 Infinity War, Guardians 1, Winter Soldier class of highs. Like it's outrageous. Lows.
But why does the first half of that movie look so bad?
I mean, there's a reason. I mean, it was filmed at a weird time. It was also filmed where I think they're trying to get away from it, where they're willing to make set leak sacrifices to actually make a movie. This was a time where they did not want anything about this movie to get out.
Yeah.
Stuff still got out.
I mean, you know how I feel about this film.
It's uneven. There's no way to say it.
Lopsided. That second.
It's probably the most lopsided
that
of these movies.
Second half of this movie it's so disgustingly
It's
good.
wild.
It's by far the best Tom Holland had ever been, and I mean by far.
Not even close.
To the point where he was battling with the other two, like the debate was debating heavily of who was the best Spider-Man at that point. He was incredible as Peter Parker in that film. Andrew Garfield just absolutely,
he runs away
to the
with
point where people are like, can we get him back to some capacity?
He runs, and you're right, Tom Holland does an amazing job, especially in the second half of this movie, but Andrew Garfield runs circles around these other two guys.
But then, there's just like a grandeur that comes with Toby being there. It's
Yeah.
like this unspoken grandeur that I really appreciate. It's just the filmmaking level gets better in the second half of that movie. It finally turns up. I just don't know why the first half of that movie is so bouncy, and
I think it's a storytelling thing. I think it's a writing thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a tough concept to try and pull off. I don't think they knew how to write into the multiversal stuff of that movie.
Not yet. And again, it was Sony trying to play with Marvel's rules before Marvel even knew what Marvel's rules were at that point.
And Marvel still doesn't really know what Marvel's rules are.
Well, we'll get there. Is it just above Homecoming?
That's what I was
And below Shang-Chi?
That's what I was gonna say.
Man, I'm like, I don't want to sound like a No Way Home hater because the second half of that movie is so dang
It's crazy
good.
because if the first half of that movie made a little bit more sense and was a little bit better, this is a top 5 movie because of the second half.
Man, I just when he does that little perspective spider sense split and like the fight scene in the apartment complex and like the arrival of the other Spider-Man.
Willem Dafoe, by the way,
one of the best MCU villains.
just stepped on the set and was like, everybody out of my way.
Right, I'm the best.
I'm doing acting.
I'm doing high cinema. Alfred Molina is incredible.
Alfred Molina is great.
Jamie Foxx is just Jamie Foxx, but it's
one of the most
better.
hilarious retcons, I think, in the history of movies.
He entered a new universe and got swag. Don't know how that works.
Goddamn heels.
Sandman is
Not there.
Literally shoehorned in.
Not present. Him and
Reese Fonz.
With channel favorite Reese.
Yeah, we love Reese.
We didn't talk
Fonz.
about channel favorite Arishem the Judge when we talked about it.
Oh yeah, we love Arishem the Judge. He should have been the villain of the Multiversal Saga.
I told you, I'm still waiting for him to fight Galactus.
Oh, the hands would be right. No, they should do that fight, but they should do it how Shang-Chi fought. What's his face?
Wenwu.
Yeah. No, not Wenwu.
Oh.
He fought.
I thought you just wanted straight like Galactus, Arishem, like just kung fu, just.
No, I want like I want like Daredevil hand to hand between, because you'd think it'd be some cosmic battle, like their beams.
Speaking of Daredevil was also in this.
Yes, he was. Man, I love Charlie Cox. He's the best.
He's great. Yeah, I mean, this movie's like it's gonna sound weird, but stick with me. He's like the Shaquille O'Neal of Marvel movies. It's really good, but it probably could have been a little bit better. And that sucks.
You switch John. Imagine you switch John Watts out with like I'm trying to think like through this director list. You switch John Watts out with a James Gunn, it's over.
Well,
like,
they eventually did do it, like Destin Daniel Cretton.
The work they're about to do on that Spider-Man movie, and you see what Tom Holland's. He's like, this is fine. Like, this is the movie that
I'm doing Spider-Man now.
You know what's funny? This is gonna sound weird, but like, I think that X-Men '97 really changed the perspective on what's allowed. Like,
Yeah.
no, do the comic booky stuff, like, but still have it be steeped in human emotion. Like, there's a balance that you gotta have.
God, I can't believe how good Andrew Garfield is in this
It's
movie.
just phenomenal.
It's crazy. Like, the minute he stepped on the screen, he was like, actually, this is my movie now. And I'm taking every scene. Like, the little stuff. It's the little stuff. Like, you ever know, like, the little stuff. When these actors are doing little stuff, like, just watch him when he's not the focus of the
Yeah.
scene. He's always doing something.
Right.
Which is, like, him, like, looking, or, like, he's, like, swiveling his chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love that. Just a little, like, those little touches. Like, the stuff that he does. I think the stuff that he does with Jamie Foxx is really charming.
Max. I'm all tapped out, man.
Goddamn eels.
Charlie Cox and Andrew Garfield were roommates for a little bit. They were friends and roommates when they were both up-and-coming actors. Look at them both now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think it's that. I mean, people are really, really high on this movie because
People have this movie in their top 3s, their top 5s. They just
don't.
First half, man. I can't.
People excuse the first half because of the ridiculous stuff that happens in the second half, and I can't blame them, to be honest.
They're like the 2023 Dallas or 2024 Dallas Mavericks. That first half, man. That first half was all right. That second half, man, we went to the finals. It was crazy.
Ripped. So, Doctor Strange is also in No Way Home.
Well, that was
just fine.
That's the studio ad. That's like the deal that they have. The MCU needs one. That's why the Punisher's and Spider-Man.
He's
4.
a bit of a dick.
Yeah, he hates kids. He's like these stupid kids.
These darn kids. Speaking of those darn kids are giving him a lot of These darn kids are giving him a lot of grief in the next movie. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Sam Raimi is back. They pulled him back in. They let him Raimi about for 2/3 of this movie.
Talking Doctor Strange.
Yeah. They let him do some Sam Raimi things in 2/3 of this movie, and it's the middle third where they said, "Stop Sam Raimiing, we have to do Marvel things."
Well, this was also at a time where like Majors made his debut in Loki, and we were like, "Wait, is he cooking? Are they cooking?" And Marvel's like, "Oh, we got to get this multiverse thing off the ground." We have our take on this movie is that if you just let them do the Raimi stuff, this is an incredible Marvel horror movie.
Oh my god. There's so many Raimi-isms in this movie that work.
I love like the whole idea that like shut up like what do you call the new generation of kids? What do you call them? Zoomers or whatever they are. They're like, shut up, Zoomers. You don't know what real cinema. They were like, that's a stupid transition where Wong was. I was like, you don't know anything. Shut up, you don't know anything.
You've never seen Evil Dead.
Yeah, you've never seen Evil Dead.
There's so many Evil Dead-isms. Mm-hmm. He pays homage to himself, which I think is awesome.
The zombie Strange bit is so freaking good.
It's great. The stuff that he does with the Scarlet Witch is crazy.
Which is even more insane because character arc wise, it's probably one of the worst things about this film is that they didn't watch WandaVision, and like the conceit is she read the Darkhold, which like on paper and like you have
don't
to
open it. Don't open that book.
Right,
we're bringing this bit back.
Yeah, the book of what is it? The Book of Ashanti. Open that book. That book rocks. Don't open. It's called the Book of the Damned for a reason. Don't open that book.
She opened
You know what happens when you open that book? You get damned. Don't open the book.
Alternate universe Doctor Strange also opened the Darkhold.
Guys, stop opening
and
the book. And he got
obliterated. All right, we got to talk about the Illuminati real quick.
The Illuminati? Why?
They tried to do it. They tried to do the thing.
People were.
This is the worst version of this thing until the Flash came out.
It's insane because like fan cast favorite Krasinski. If that went right, Watts would have kept the Fantastic Four, and Krasinski and Emily Blunt would have been in that. I would put any amount of money.
You're probably right.
If that would have went right, and like audiences would have been like, "This is they finally did it." Watts would have still been directing that movie, and then it would have been John Krasinski being Reed Richards. Mm-hmm. It would have been like John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, like Dacre Montgomery or something like that. Like it would have been something along those lines.
Industry plant Captain Carter is in this movie.
You hate Captain Carter.
I don't hate Captain Carter.
Yes, you do.
I hate what they did to that character after that first episode of What If. Mm-hmm. When I was like, oh, she's like a fun, roguish Captain America.
Now she's God.
Now she's just Captain. Yeah. And they just made her British Captain America, and I'm just like, that wasn't what I liked about her.
No.
What I liked about her was she's kind of a dick. Mm-hmm. Like with the super soldier powers. Whereas this, she's like, I could do this all day, and I'm great. Like, no, that's not what we liked about you, Captain Carter. She's in this.
Professor X.
I think he's fine. Mm-hmm. He's the best that he could be. He does all the great Professor X-isms. Mm-hmm. He gets in your head, and then he dies.
Yeah.
Classic Professor X. Gets his face ripped in half for whatever happens there.
Is it better than Age of Ultron? Using the same Eternals logic that like the things that this movie does good, it does great.
Yeah, and I think it does a lot of things better than Age of Ultron because man, that Illuminati stuff is wildly bad. I just don't like it. I like them all getting melted.
Murdered.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen's she's
great.
It was to the point where people were like, make her the main character of this entire thing, and
I'm still saying that. I'll beat that drum until I die.
I don't know, man. I like Age of Ultron.
I think it's better than Age of Ultron.
You think so?
I think everyone on the whole, like main character. I think Xochitl Gomez is great. I don't know why she's not doing more stuff.
It's odd. It's odd. I think that's so odd.
Like, she was fun. Like, I liked her.
Somebody made a great point. You're doing a thing called the Multiversal Saga, and a character that can literally open doors to the multiverse has just not been seen in 3 years.
Yeah, it's nuts. And she's, like, not coming back for, like, anything.
No.
It's crazy. And she's a pretty marketable star.
Yeah, I don't know. She was on Dancing with the Stars.
She won.
Oh, she won. Oh.
She did win Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, she's young. Like, she fits. I feel like she fits right into that. Like, that.
They should have fast-tracked the Young Avengers thing immediately. Her, Kamala Khan, Kate Bishop. Like, they had literally, like, a Wickeding Speed. Who
would not... Like, would you not sign up for a movie that had Xochitl Gomez, Amon Vellani, and Haley Steinfeld in it?
Yeah, you had the twins. You add Elijah Bradley to that. And then your big, like, red herring in that film is that Elizabeth Olsen's in that film. And you're like, what the...
I think it's better than Age of Ultron. But not better than Guardians 2.
Okay, I'll agree.
There's some cool stuff in that. When he fights the other Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah. People were mad at that.
I loved it.
Shut up, Zoomers. You don't know anything.
You don't know how magic works.
Yeah.
Magic is cool. Magic is goofy and fun.
Yes,
because
cool. People think magic has to be a light beam of some sort. No, it could be music.
He's the master of the mystic arts. Of course he can fight with sheet music, you freaks. and Wong is the best.
Oh, a channel favorite. Channel favorite Benedict Wong, but MCU Wong he's my goat.
Holy crap, he's good.
I love that he's the Sorcerer Supreme now because Doctor Strange is a jerk.
Wong also shows up in Shang-Chi.
Yes, he does.
And he's great.
And he's the leader of the Avengers? Question mark?
Apparently.
What's next?
Oh, here we go.
No, it's starting. What's next? Just tell me, is it Ant-Man?
No, it's Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Can we make this quick? Can we just make it quick?
No, because this is fast. This is a fascinating movie. Because...
Do you remember the first trailer?
Yeah, it was cool.
And we were like...
He's done it again.
It's the only one of the original 6 to get a follow-up film post Endgame.
A fourth movie.
Hemsworth looked locked in, and then by some grace of an absolute god,
Natalie Portman's coming back.
Right. And you're like, that's awesome.
They're doing the Mighty Thor thing.
They were like, what? Portman's back. They're going to do like a pretty big character from modern comics. And then Christian Bale said, I'm going to play...
And Russell Crowe.
And Russell Crowe's
playing Zeus.
And they were like... And Christian Bale's like, you know what? I'll play one of the coolest single Marvel villains that's ever been created.
Thor the God Butcher.
And they said...
Everything sounds great.
And you know what Taika Waititi said?
I don't care.
I'm going on vacation. I'm going to have a vacation.
I'm doing a vanity project.
I'm doing a vanity product. You know what? I'm going to make a comedy.
I'm going to stop caring about anything. What a turn this guy has taken. I don't understand it.
You know how much I hate this film. I hate it so much.
Wild.
It's so bad. I can't stand this movie.
I would almost rather it not have had the good bits that it had. Because it's got some good
one
bits.
good bit that it had?
It's got a couple of good bits. I think the Jane Foster stuff is good. With her, like, battling cancer. I think that stuff is really good. They didn't hammer it home nearly hard enough.
The first act is...
Fine.
The
Guardians of the Galaxy are also in this movie.
And they're caricatures of themselves.
That drives me crazy.
You should have just got James Gunn just to direct it. Or just help be on the set for those bits.
You talk about, like, a director that has no clue what he's doing with characters. Like, Taika Waititi, I don't think had any clue what to do with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
No. I think
Which I don't think is totally his fault.
I think the studio was so happy with Ragnarok, where they were like, obviously you're getting the next one, you're getting...
They made the right call, because why wouldn't you? The guy resurrected Thor.
No, and they quickly realized that the Russos are the only ones that truthfully understand Thor as a character.
Yeah. Ragnarok is as good as it is because... the humor works.
And the reset. It was a hard reset on the character.
The humor works in a way that the humor in this doesn't work. Even though the self-abashed sucker for a screaming goats gag. It gets me. I don't care.
Gore the God Butcher is one of the most he is the most wasted villain. Or he's the biggest waste of a villain in this entire universe. You cannot give me one movie with a bigger waste of a villain. Even it's worse than Taskmaster. Bad.
It's weird because he's like a compelling character and he's good.
But they wrapped this in a dumb comedy movie. This is like a slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
This is like watching Grown Ups.
It's totally
but Grown Ups is more endearing than this movie.
It's totally all over the shop.
It is absurdly bad. Hemsworth is solid. He's as good as he's as good as he can be. Natalie Portman's good. Tessa Thompson's good.
It's too much Korg.
This movie looks horrible. It is a disgusting movie to look at.
It's too much Korg.
Too much Korg.
Which again, Taika Waititi voices Korg, so he was like,
of course,
self-insert.
The Zeus stuff sucks.
It's not great.
The lore in this movie is horrible. This is some of the worst lore I've seen in a Marvel movie.
So is it?
It's the worst one. I don't care.
It's worse than the Dark World.
Yep. I think it's at least I think that Thor: The Dark World gave some sort of effort.
Okay,
this is the worst Marvel movie because it's aggressively bad. Thor: The Dark World is not intentionally aggressively bad. This is an intentionally aggressively bad film. It is trying to be a bad film.
It's not Joker 2.
Oh God!
Talk about a movie being intentionally
saw that on my birthday. What was I thinking? Why is there always a Joker movie for my birthday? Why is that always my birthday gift?
It's kind of funny. Todd Phillips is kind of a funny guy. Then.
He just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he got blacklisted for making an intentionally bad film.
He took it into his own hands, and I respect it. He said, I'm going on a Fiji island. I'm never talking to anybody again.
Why'd you make the first one, then? If he was never the Joker. Never mind. I'm not really litigating that movie. All right, we get a good one now. Yes. This is where I'm going to start to get... This is where my list is going to get real...
Yeah.
So
real
Black
tough.
Panther Wakanda Forever. Man, this movie. This is... It feels unfair to compare it to anything else on this list because it's also not for the same reasons as Infinity War. This movie is also impossible.
Yeah, this is what, and you're talking about in the landscape of filmmaking. You're talking about being in the middle of a franchise and your main actor passes away. What in the most famous universe? What do you do? What are you even supposed to think about doing?
And it's by the grace of God, honestly, that Ryan Coogler is the one that is handling this.
Yeah. This is where, because I remember we talked, I don't even know if we talked about it on here when we talked, I think me and you were just talking about Sinners, and like, I always begged that question, does Ryan Coogler have I knew he was a really good filmmaker, but I didn't know if he had the gear to get him, and then I saw Sinners, and I was like, wait a minute, I saw Wakanda Forever, he did have the gear of like, dog, this film is disgustingly good. I think this is... And
I have no problems with this movie.
Tonally, it's structured. The structure of this film looks good. It is Autumn Durald Arkapaw shooting this movie. It's one of the most beautiful looking Marvel movies we have ever gotten. They were shooting on Anamorphics.
The storytelling and the writing is
phenomenal. You want to talk about the emotional punches in this film? You know, what was it? You want to talk about solving your villain problem with Namor? God,
he gets performances out of this cast
you wouldn't have gotten
like across the board.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that he got an Oscar-worthy performance out of Angela Bassett, not that that's amazing, but like
no, not an Oscar. The one she should have won that year.
This should have been Marvel's Oscar.
Yep, she should have won that year.
If they could have gotten, I mean, I feel like that's the thing. Like people don't give this movie enough credit. Like this movie got an acting Oscar. A Marvel movie got an acting Oscar nomination.
I could have sat there, probably looked at that cinematography list and put that there too. This film is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. The score and the soundtrack incredible. The direction absolutely incredible.
Winston Duke is incredible. And the quiet moments that M'Baku has with Shuri in the second half of the movie.
You don't want to talk about Thor: Love and Thunder versus this coming out back to back. Like you're talking about doing the same thing where you have these characters you already established and you have the funny one and you're like, It's the thing that it's funny because Drax has this problem in that like Korg has, and from the first to the second one, like where he starts to become like a bumbling idiot out of it, and like Scott Lang has it. Like they do the reverse for M'Baku. Like M'Baku still has his funny moments, but he's like turns into like an older brother. And then I mean, let's get to what I kind of agree is one of the best performances in this universe. It's Letitia Wright in the second film. It's one of the best performances in this entire universe in one film.
The way she floats the line of grief and rage is so well written.
Some of the original 6 Avengers don't even get storytelling like this.
It's real.
See? That's the thing.
Like she's not, even when she assumes the mantle of Black Panther, she's still not, That's why it's so like, even like the deployment of Killmonger in this movie is tremendous. He's like he's there as like a representation of her darker angels, where like she's assuming the mantle of Black Panther for vengeance, not out of love for her brother.
And she still hasn't really solved that either.
No.
She's still kind of, and it also gives you a stark contrast between T'Challa and Shuri.
Yeah, 100%.
You can throw gripes against the wall for this movie. The Ironheart stuff. Obviously the studio's like, well, get
Ironheart stuff's not.
But it's still not bad. It's still not bad though. And also,
again, in lesser hands, it could have been a disaster. It could have been the Illuminati if you don't have Ryan Coogler with his hands on it.
This movie looks so good. It looks so good,
and it's just powerful.
Yes, it is an impactful movie. The performances, I mean, I would die on the hill that this is the best acted Marvel movie that we've ever gotten. I don't think there's a better acted one out of this.
That's a good point. It's a great call.
Like across
the board, yeah.
Acting, like the people that go to Juilliard, what they would define acting is, I think Wakanda Forever has the most of that.
Guerrero is great. Okoye is great in this movie.
Just you want to talk about moments? I can litter moments from this movie. The Namor's purge on the ship in the beginning of the movie. T'Challa's funeral, Namor attacking Wakanda. Their descent into Talokan was absolutely breathtaking to watch. And Shuri versus Namor at the end of this.
That's amazing.
What a third act fight that was. Locked in. You want to talk about locked in for a film with purpose and to pay homage to one of my favorite actors, one of the best actors on this planet. It's I'm sorry, it's above Civil War, under Winter Soldier. Just going through all these isms of this film.
I think you're right.
I don't think
anyone on planet Earth would agree.
And well, I know why, but I don't want to go into this right. I'm too tired to go into why I think people don't think this film is. We all know why.
Yeah.
But we're not going to say it. You want to talk about using the Eternals theory of
I just
filmmaking?
don't know. You can point to a couple, I guess, like the first like after the T'Challa's funeral, that bit with like finding the vibranium drill is a little
The raw stuff is cool, but it also derails just a bit.
A little bit.
Just a bit.
So like,
and then obviously Val is shoehorned into that.
Yeah,
like that's where Feige's like, hey, I know you guys are trying to mourn, but
that's what I mean. Like I'm trying to find
better than Endgame under Civil War.
I think I want to agree with you though. I want to say it's better than Civil War, which is crazy. It's crazy that, man. I'm conflicted because
you know what I think too. I think that I always talk about this with The Last of Us when Joel dies in The Last of Us, and people are like, "We hate this thing now." I'm like, no, your brain's confusing the hate for the thing with the hate for the thing that happened to the character that you love.
Yeah,
your brain's confusing those two things.
I'm just personally and emotionally conflicted, putting this movie above any of the movies that he was in. Mm-hmm. And that might sound weird, and it might sound wrong, but like I don't know. You know what I mean? I think it is a better movie than Black Panther. Maybe we put it below Civil War.
Play it safe, put it under Civil War.
I don't know. I feel
Civil War's, consequently an impossible film to make as well too.
Yeah,
it's a pretty dang, because like you're begging a Captain America film to be an Avengers film, but also have the Captain America narrative, and it does have like
good emotional moments.
Yeah, that third act fight.
Yeah, the stuff with Bucky and Cap and Iron Man is really really good.
Dog.
The stuff Chadwick does in Civil War is incredible. And I'm not even talking about like the Black Panther stuff. I'm talking about like the moment with him and Natasha on the bench.
No, him in the car.
Him and Zemo at the end.
Him and his dad.
Like, yeah, I think it's a little bit below Civil War,
but not above that far, man.
Not that. No.
It's one of the best. Like, we need to rework this list, but do filmmaking, and somehow Thor: Love and Thunder would still be the worst one. Wait, maybe it wouldn't be, because what movie came out in the beginning of 2023?
We're doing another bad one.
Oh my god!
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. What happened here? Peyton Reed is back.
What happened here?
What? Yeah. Paul Rudd is fine.
A little better than Ant-Man and the Wasp.
He gets a little bit of his juice back.
but still, man,
I don't know what happened to the Hank Pym character in this movie.
This movie is it's confusing, man. It's
I think
confusing.
you can probably go back and find our review of this. I said this. If this movie was if Janet Van Dyne was the main character of this movie's probably 5 or 6 times better. That's the stuff with her, the stuff that Michelle Pfeiffer and Majors do together in that first bit, the first like 10 minutes when it's like his backstory of like how he ended up in the quantum realm is really good.
I'm going to make a statement. This movie feels like a deleted scene.
It's fun.
This film is so odd. This film doesn't know what genre it wants to play in. It doesn't know if it wants.
That's a great word. This movie is odd.
It turns into like a Star Trek film at some points. It turns into like I don't even know how to begin to explain this. What the landscape of this film is. You talk about a great villain, but this might be a good example of the reverse of your villains. Your hero's only as good as your villain. Your villain was only as good as your hero, and I mean, comparatively speaking, why is Kang fighting Ant-Man in his debut film? What are we doing? What are we doing? You should have had MODOK be the villain of this film, and then you should have had the big reveal at the end is MODOK's being controlled by Kang, and leave it there. Leave it right the heck there. That's it. That's how you build a villain up. Thanos was trickled throughout the Infinity Saga until his debut.
And he was never made to be lesser than anyone he was on screen with.
Yes. Like when Ronan, this big and bad guy with an Infinity Stone, still had to kneel to Thanos. Like, that's how
and Thanos still punked him. Like, Ronan was like, oh, I could do whatever I want.
Right, Thanos said, come here and try it.
Yeah,
I want
Thanos
you to
was
try
like,
it.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead and try it.
Watch what happens. And Ronan was like, gulp.
Yeah. I mean, it's marginally better than Love and Thunder. And that's not saying a lot.
I think it's better than Dark World.
Again, using the Love and Thunder logic of like a movie that is intentionally bad. This movie is so horrible looking. It is a horrible looking film. They literally put them in a green screen for 2 hours and said, have fun, run around, do weird stuff.
I think
no emotional payoff in this movie. Like, I feel nothing for anybody except for Kang. That's the only person I feel something for.
Felt bad for him.
The Kang lore is like, again, the Kang lore works so well. When it's in Loki.
Yeah.
The Kang lore in an Ant-Man movie, I don't care. It doesn't work. It's weird. I don't know why, and it's such a cool, and like, you think like, if you want to like comic book it, right? And you're like a cool red herring would be like, well, Janet Van Dyne found this man in the quantum realm, and then years later it's revealed it was Kang the Conqueror.
She should have just been the main character of this movie.
It should have, obviously Scott, but then she should have been like the point of view. This movie's so weird, dude. This is it's such a weird movie.
I think I said it during our review. What they would have never done, but how the movie should have ended is that it was a time loop. Like, you know how they like play with that at the end when Scott's like walking the street again? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if like they pull out and like Kang was like, he like reverse time and like pretend like the movie never happened. And like Kang was in control the whole time. They would have never done that. It would have been cool.
Yeah, I think it's above Love and Thunder.
I think it's above Love and Thunder. I just don't know if I think it's better than Dark World.
But what's better than Dark World? It's Kang.
It's Majors is really good.
That's it.
Michelle Pfeiffer's really good, and Paul Rudd is still good.
He's solid.
Whereas, like, I think Dark World, I don't think anybody's good in that movie besides Hiddleston.
I don't want to do it because this movie is so bad looking. It is such a... Because all these narratives, what are they encapsulated in? They are encapsulated in film.
Yeah.
You're still making a film.
Yeah.
This is a horrible looking film. I feel like Peyton Reed was like shackled all the way, like didn't even get to put his finger on, because this is the same guy that did the first Ant-Man movie. He's the only director in here to do the full trilogy along with James Gunn. He's the only director out of all these films to get all 3 films are his.
That's wild.
It is wild. He's the only one that got that.
Well, John Watts.
Oh yeah, I forgot John Watts. Got Sony thing.
True.
But 3 filmmakers out of a 37 film universe got 3 films. like the full trilogy to complete, and like they just progressively get worse.
Yeah, you're right. It's not as good as Dark World. It's not better than Dark World.
No, it's just again, you think about, and boy, do I not think this is a Peyton Reed problem. No, this was a studio cutting corners problem.
Yeah.
They probably cut every single last corner to get Majors in here, which fine. I remember we were walking out of the theater, we were like, why was Jonathan Majors in this film? He probably shouldn't have been the main villain that Ant-Man beats.
No, and I mean, that was always the concern. Like, we had that concern going in. Like, how are they going to do this? And they didn't. So.
Man, I can't stand. But then we get Then
we get another good one.
Oh, this is where I might get.
Guardians 3.
I don't think people realize how absolutely phenomenal this film is. It is the most. It's Wakanda Forever and this are having an absolute battle for the most emotional.
That's what I was going to say. It's like Wakanda Forever, but it's got.
Oh man, I got a hot take about this one. No, you're not gonna like this one bit.
Where do you want it?
Above Winter Soldier.
Ooh.
I want you to tell me one bad thing about this movie. One bad thing.
I mean, it's not. I mean, we're at the point like these top 5 movies. Like, it's kind of like Wakanda Forever. Like, it's not like nothing's bad. It's just what is okay and what is great. I mean, the rocket stuff obviously is incredible. The Star-Lord Gamora stuff is really great.
We used to be fun. Bullet to the chest. God. The rocket stuff is great.
The rocket stuff is incredible.
The villain is great. You want to talk about another heat check performance from a villain?
There is no God. That's why I stepped in.
That's why I stepped in.
I mean, he was doing the acting.
He was doing the acting. Man, everybody's Drax is great. Nebula is great in this film. Nebula is so good in this film. It's the best Chris Pratt has ever been.
Yes.
It's the best Bradley Cooper. And I loved, and this is how James Gunn of you to point the perspective to say that Rocket was the main character of this franchise the whole time. It wasn't Star-Lord. Gamora is great.
Gamora is incredible.
The film looks so good. Like, this is where, like, the oddities of James Gunn, not odd in an Ant-Man Quantumania way. I mean, like, weird science odd.
It's still funny. Like, the humor still works.
I love the narrative of this film. The story of this film is save Rocket. That is it. That is that is the story of this film. Save Rocket. That's it. Mm-hmm. And they do it. Mm-hmm. Man, that bit where, because they hold the main theme, like when Rocket's fully back, ingratiated into the group, and then they play that main theme. I was in the theater floating, man.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair to put it there.
It's one of my favorite Marvel movies I've ever seen. Like, I mean, you know how much I love the Guardians franchise.
Yeah.
I think we both do, but like, yeah. I think you remember when we were walking out of the theater, I was like, man, that was the one, man. That was the one.
Yeah, I think that's a fair spot to put it above Winter Soldier. The Marvels.
Yeah, let's talk about this one, because I think this
Directed
is one of the
by
more...
Neil DaCosta.
Yes. I think this is one of the more...
I think this movie's right in... It's in the running. It's in the all Marvel underrated movies pool.
Yeah, and I rewatched this and I said this... I mean,
movie's fun.
This movie's fun. It's a fun movie. I think we know why people hate this movie. Yeah. So there's 2 reasons why people hate this movie.
Because women.
Yes. And now there's 3 of them.
There's 3 women and a woman director.
We can't do this.
That's too many women.
Action sequences are good. Darben is a very Phase 1 throwaway villain. She's the most.
What did you say when we did the review that she was like if an NPC became the?
Oh yeah, if an NPC, like her origin story is because Captain Marvel's burrowing through the planet and she's just a guard on like post 73A that just gets like knocked down. Like she gets knocked down. She's like, I'm the main villain now.
Brie Larson is incredible in this movie.
She's so good. She's really
finally. Good. I don't know if it's a writing thing. I don't know if it's a directing thing, but she found it. She found Carol's voice.
She found the line, and it sucks because we're probably never going to see that character. She's going to be in Doomsday.
I hope so, but I hope it's this Carol because she's funny. She's funny in like a quirky way, like where she's still like she's kind of like she totally sheds the hyper seriousness that she had in Avengers Endgame, and even like the hyper seriousness that she had in Captain Marvel. Like she kind of I don't know if it's a acting choice or a writing choice, where like she kind of pokes fun at herself a little bit, like in the way that, like she's kind of like a child.
Yeah.
especially when it comes.
She's
to,
a teenager.
Yeah, especially when it comes to, like, the relationship between her and Fury, where she's like Fury, like, stop screwing around, like, stop being a dick, like, you know what I mean? I think she plays off the other two really well,
and that's what was needed.
I really like her character arc in this movie, where she is so. She's only knows. I think I said this when we did a review. Like, she only knows how to solve problems one way, and it's just like, I'm just gonna punch through it. You know what I mean? Like, she's just a nuclear missile. Like, she only knows how to solve problems like one way, and that's like destroy. And she kind of learns throughout the story that there's more than one way to solve conflict, and she kind of learns that from the other two. Like, she learns it from Kamala and, like, you know, the innocence of youth and all that stuff, and she learns it from Monica in the personal clash.
And my favorite acting performance is Monica in this film. I think I've always thought Tiana Paris was great in that role as well too. I wanted to see more after WandaVision as well.
Yeah, when she levels up at the end of this movie,
it's so cool.
It feels like a moment.
The post-credit scene is
bananas.
Is bonkers. Remember we were in the theater, we said, what? Beast?
Oh, my stars and garters. Is that Beast?
And it was Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Insane.
They're like, oh, but he's CGI. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he was.
He's a big blue
Why would you not? You don't put Kelsey Grammer in a big blue costume.
I don't know if this is necessarily a hot take. A little bit better than Iron Man 2? Is that crazy? Worse than Ant-Man? Better than Iron Man 2?
I think it's better than Ant-Man. I like this movie.
I like Ant-Man. I like that first Ant-Man movie, man. I like that movie. It's like small and contained and like.
I just feel like everything in the Marvels works.
Dar-Ben is probably the worst.
The villain,
thing.
but
yeah.
is he worse? Is she worse than Yellow Jacket? Probably, right?
Yeah, she's worse than Yellow Jacket. I think she's a little because I think that Darren Cross has a little bit of like edge to him, which makes him a little bit more fun.
Yeah, she doesn't have anything in her.
Exactly, she doesn't have a.
But I like watching her get kicked around.
Man, that sequence that like remember our debate? We were like, we think they had like a ghost director do some of this and Nia DaCosta do some, and like the Nia DaCosta stuff is incredibly.
Her handprints are all over that final fight scene. There's some wildly cool stuff in that.
Oh yeah,
in that final fight. Like when all three of them are working together and they're teleporting and like just like Kamala's like big fist, big punch.
Is that the cool thing to do? You cut the music and you let people duke it out.
I feel like this. I like this movie better than Ant-Man.
Sure. You know what? We could speak to why. What's after this?
It's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay. See, this is funny because like I'm a hypocrite because this is gonna sound odd. I'm much more forgiving to Deadpool and Wolverine for kind of doing a lot of the things that No Way Home did.
A lot of the things
that No Way Home did, but I'm much more forgiving to
because
Deadpool
it's
and Wolverine.
Deadpool.
This movie works, man. Hugh Jackman. We said together
You get an all-timer out of him.
Not counting Logan because you can't count Logan in this situation. Just counting the X-Men movies. This is by far the best Hugh Jackman had ever been as Wolverine.
Yes, I agree.
Better villain. Good solid villain.
Best Deadpool villain.
Oh yeah.
That we've seen. Better than Ajax.
Better than Ajax. Yeah, it's second one's kind of a tough one to like put up because not really a villain per se.
The opening is
one of the best.
Bananas.
I remember you saw it a day before me.
I did.
And you texted me and you said this is one of the best. And I was like, I couldn't piece together what the opening could have been and it wasn't just you. A lot of people were like, no, this opening is one of the greatest openings.
Oh,
to a
it's
Marvel
so
movie.
good. The needle drop is perfect. The opening sequence, it's incredible. The opening sequence. Ryan Reynolds is great.
This movie's not pretty. It's not a particularly pretty movie.
Almost intentionally.
Yeah. The Void stuff gets a bit tricky. I think the Void stuff gets a little minced.
Yeah.
Is it better than Shang-Chi? That's where I have this. It's like the Iron Man Avengers.
I think it is.
Better than Iron Man?
No.
Better than Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
I think it's there. I think it's in between Iron Man and Shang-Chi.
I think this movie's really good.
It's fun, man. This is a fun film. It's a dang fun film with solid emotional beats. The main character's
needle drops are great.
Needle drops are great.
The cameos all work.
Yeah, they do.
In my opinion.
Yep.
Besides maybe like the Juggernaut. Doesn't really
But
work.
that was the intent. But I think the Juggernaut was the one you kind of had to take a little bit more.
All the major cameos work. Like the Blade, Elektra, Gambit.
The addition of Channing Tatum as Gambit was just out of left field.
That's the good version of what the Flash tried to do with the Nicolas Cage thing.
Right.
Where we took this like
idea.
This casting,
there was an idea.
This casting lore, but we're actually gonna do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Bringing Wesley Snipes back was just...
There's only one Blade. Only ever gonna be one Blade.
Like, that was wild. Like, the cool thing about how those this is why these cameos work better than the Illuminati cameos, is that, I don't think you could pick a better... Like, if you were to pluck characters, because obviously they use, like, the Fox X-Men stuff, I don't think you could pluck a better set of characters into this movie that they picked. Mm-hmm. Like, who would you take out, and who would you replace them with? I
mean, you can conceive
Besides, like, if you did, like, Cyclops, or, like... But those characters were never going to work.
No, it's
like,
tough.
In the confines of this movie.
No, the only person that probably would have paid off, but they never would have done it, it would have been Ben Affleck if you added him as Daredevil in there. That would have been the most absurd ad to get in here, but never would have happened.
But like you wouldn't take out, like, I wouldn't take out Elektra.
No.
I wouldn't have taken out Blade for sure.
No.
I wouldn't have taken out Gambit.
Because it was such a great addition, because you didn't think about it. You were like... I remember we were in the theater really because that one that was a secret and like nothing.
I don't think I knew any of those besides
the Blade one. Got spoiled.
The Elektra one I knew because I think they announced that, like they put that in like Hollywood Reporter or whatever. I didn't even know about the Blade one.
And then Gambit, we were like, "Is that Channing Tatum?" What? Yeah. And then I was like, "Oh shoot, Channing Tatum was supposed to be."
Yeah, we knew about. Movie. I think at least I knew about the Elektra thing in the X-23, which Daphne Keane is good. Like the scene with her and Logan together in the fire when she's like. You were always the wrong guy.
Until you weren't.
Until you weren't. Like, that's a great moment.
The ending of that movie always gets me. I don't know what it is.
Me too.
The ending of that movie
really
always
touching.
gets me. It is touching.
It's really touching.
Because that movie is a film about purpose. I love when these movies have definitive, like, themes and ideologies. Like, it's about purpose. Like, that film is about, like, what is your purpose?
Even Deadpool gets a little love.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is cool. Yeah. So yeah, I think the movie's fun.
Both Shang-Chi, below Iron Man.
Captain America: Brave New World.
Wow, we're getting into the last few here.
Yep. Directed by Julius Ono, was immediately announced after the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Awesome. We were very happy about that too. Usually does not happen.
It is the...
Did Marvel not have a film in 2024?
Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine.
That was 2024?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It was 2024.
Yep. Sure was.
That was the only I remember that was the only film in that year where you're like, wow, only one film in that year?
Yep.
Okay, Brave New World. I'm so torn on this film. Anthony Mackie's great.
He's very good. Harrison Ford is
really good.
What's his name? Who plays Isaiah Bradley? I'm gonna get his name right. I'm gonna get his name. Hold on. Because he deserves to have his name.
Carl
Lumbly.
Mm-hmm.
The Martian Manhunter.
Man,
he's really good. The Isaiah Bradley stuff is really,
Danny
really
Ramirez
good.
is good.
He's fine. The villain is awful. The leader is awful.
Yeah, man. And also this movie got chopped to absolute bits. And obviously some world events also had to play into why this movie got chopped to bits as well.
Sabra is terrible.
So one of the singular worst performances in the MCU.
And we said this when the movie came out. Just the character is not likable.
You could cut Sabra. That's the same. That's literally the. Why didn't you just put Florence Pugh in that movie if you were going to do something like that?
Yeah, the character's just not likable. I just don't like her.
No. Boring, annoying.
Hate her. Don't like her.
Yeah.
This is what it is. The Red Hulk stuff is fine. It looks good.
The Red Hulk looks good. The scenes that he was in did not look good at all.
No.
That leader scene where like he confronts Anthony Mackie right before the third act fight.
It's so baffling.
They shot that on like an iPhone and like somebody's basement.
Why is that scene
with
there?
A green screen?
Why is that scene even in the movie?
Maybe one of the worst smart villains being an idiot characters in film.
Terrible.
The dumbest smart person. The post-credit scene is horrible. Horrible post-credit scene.
Sam Wilson, you had a 90% chance of not doing the thing that you did. Dang it.
Yeah, because he's the main character. He's got main character armor.
The action's cool.
Yeah, action's cool. I quite like the Falcon and Captain America fight on the ship scene.
The surfing the missile is bananas.
Yeah, it is nuts. Okay, listen, Steve Rogers, you were mad cool, bro. I never see you surfing a missile before.
He's not doing that.
Sam Wilson got those. He got some extra stuff.
I like how scrappy he is. I like how human he is. Like he fights those guys in the beginning. And he's like tired. He's like, sucks.
but this movie's not great. It's
not. The worst Captain America movie.
Worst Captain America movie. It's in the bottom half, like not very, very bottom half, but bottom half.
Is it breaking that? Is it going to break in between that Ant-Man, Iron Man cluster that we have built here?
I think it's worse than Iron Man 3.
So above Black Widow?
Yeah.
That's fine. I think that's fair.
Because you talk about the moments, like...
I think, like the Marvel Ant-Man, Iron Man 2, Ant-Man 2, Iron Man 3 all have, like those are, like that cluster, like 23 to 27, like, those movies, those are the fun movies. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're not the best, but, like, they're fun. Yeah.
And like, my take is that I think Ant-Man should be a little bit higher. Like, I personally think Ant-Man should be above Far From Home. That's just me. Like, I think that Ant-Man's a fun, tight film. Paul Rudd's great.
All right. We'll put Brave New World below Iron Man 3.
Okay.
It's like, yeah. It's funny because, like, the way we have these, the way they are, I think it tells me that they're ranked properly because, like, I could tear these off. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you could easily tear these off. And, like, they all make sense, like, as clusters. Mm-hmm. All right. Thunderbolts.
Here we go. Do you remember my reaction walking out of this film? Mm-hmm. What was it?
It was like, this is the best one. It's not the best one.
No, but...
It's really good.
It is...
I think it beats Guardians 1.
Wow. I really love this movie. I think Jake Schreier was...
There's a reason he's doing the X-Men.
Perfect choice. I said this was a top 3 performance in the MCU in a singular film out of Florence Pugh. Daddy, I'm so alone. I was like, come on, don't do it, Flo. Don't do it. I'm gonna do it, she said. I said, don't do it, Flo. Don't make me sad.
I think this movie's number 2. I think it's behind Infinity War.
This movie's
I can't believe I'm saying that, but I don't know if it's a recency bias thing, but
this movie's so good. It is so good.
This movie, the reason I say it's 2 behind Infinity War is because I feel like I would have to watch Guardians 1 again to make sure.
You know what? I'm going to play this one safer. And it's crazy because you know how I feel. If we were doing like our list, like what I'd have Infinity War lower. I would have Guardians 1, Thunderbolts, Guardians 3. That would be I think that is my top 3. I'm going to do Infinity War, Guardians. I think Thunderbolts is the 3rd one. Right above Guardians 3.
It's close. It's really close.
I don't know, man. Guardians 3 is one of the best films in this universe.
So is this one.
The
Sentry stuff is great.
Lewis Pullman.
All the character stuff works. Taskmaster aside.
Well, but it's intentional that they just throw her away.
I wish they didn't.
But the Bucky arc is I love the approach for the Bucky arc because it's like
he's like the fully realized
version of all of them.
Yeah.
Like this is what you guys can get. Like you don't have to live this.
You don't have to be damaged.
David Harbour.
No, actually, it's not even you don't have to be damaged. It's okay to be damaged.
David Harbour was like Winston Duke levels of like this character could have been Korg or this character could have been M'Baku, and they chose the M'Baku route, like because it's David Harbour really operates between the lines in this film because like he'll do his funny isms and then it'll be like you know wait, I'll be serious. Those moments where he's serious and
you know what it is? It's the relentless like optimism.
Yes, and like those little moments when he's like when my most proud moment, like when I was the Red Guardian and the streets were calling my name and I had just saved somebody. And
even when he's talking to her about like. You know how I knew like you're like the best, like the soccer team, because you always like you wanted to be the goalie because you wanted to be the one to never let your team down, and it's like he's a very realistic, like overbearing dad, where like he like is very funny, but like you can tell he really, really, really cares about not just his daughter, like he just cares about people.
Yes, he does. He wants people to be safe. It's funny because you think he wants to be the hero because he wants the glory. No, the glory comes out of being the hero to save people.
Yeah.
And like it's a line that can easily go so south. But
the John Walker stuff is really good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I like the layers that get pulled back with him. Where he's like pretending that his life is great. But like he knows it's not.
Ghost is great. Yeah. Hannah John Kamen is really good as Ghost as well too. I want to see more out of her as these movies. Like I hope they do. I hope they use her and utilize her.
Val has the thing that, like, I was talking about earlier with Drakov, where I just want to see her get her freaking comeuppance, man.
Exactly. Dracov, I don't care, man. Don't.
Whereas, like, Val, I'm like, oh, I just want to wring her scrawny little neck. Like, she's got a lot of, like, Lex Lutherisms.
Yes. Yep.
Where she's like, she just teeters that line of, like, she's gonna get caught, and then she finds a way out of it. And you're like, ugh, I just want to strangle her. I think, like I said, the fact that I would have to rewatch Guardians 1 to think about Thunderbolts being above it is a testament how good Thunderbolts is.
Right.
So I think 3 is fine. Which brings us to the most recent iteration of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Just power in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
A little under 2 months old at this point. The Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
This movie's great.
It's really good. I mean, we talked about the performances in here. This is one of the strongest performed films in this universe.
The board. The 4 of them are tremendous.
All four.
Plus Julia Garner. Plus Ralph Ineson.
Right.
The look of this movie is fabulous.
It's awesome. The first half of this is just...
The retrofuturism stuff is awesome.
It's so cool. It's so freaking cool. Now, here's my thing. I've deflated on this film just a bit, and I think it's because of that third act.
Okay.
I think there's another 20 minutes of this film that is somewhere in the ether that we'll never see that should have just been in this film. And I think it was more character work, and I think it was one more action sequence, because there's no way that Matt Shakman was cooking the way that he was on that second act, Interstellar 2001, Gravity, like all the best sci-fi film. What was he doing?
It's the last one, so I'm just going to throw a number out.
Can we say it at the same time?
Are you going to put it 10? Because I was going to put it 10.
Nope, I was going to put it 8.
You're going to put it above Black Panther?
And
or above Endgame?
Is it solely off of how good Pedro Pascal was as Reed Richards? And Shakman, you want to talk about the directing thing?
That's fair. Instead, in hindsight, I think that just thinking about it is rolling through it.
One of the best directed Marvel films. Looks good. Good villains. Great main team.
Man, Endgame just closes out on just an absolute
just
heater.
A nuclear
like
missile.
When they do the reverse snap and people start coming back and they fight Thanos, or Hulk snaps, the compound gets destroyed. The 3 of them fight Thanos. The portals, the big fight at the end to Iron Man. Like, that's a absolutely nuclear last, 30 to 40 minutes of a movie. Oh man. I think it is. Yeah, it's probably better than Endgame. That's tough. That's really tough. Because, I'm not sure there's any moment in Fantastic Four that beats the last 40 minutes of Endgame. I'm not saying that we're splitting hairs with 2 top 10 movies. You know what I mean? So there's some really cool stuff in Fantastic Four. She surfs on a black hole.
That whole sequence it's one of the best action sequences in this entire universe. It is up. I was in my seat like, dog, there is no shot we're watching this right now.
She surfs on a black hole. The Johnny Storm stuff is really good.
Yeah, it's the best use of Johnny Storm in any film.
I told you when we talked about the movie, I love that he went on this little side quest, and he cracked it, he just solved it.
He mattered, man. He wasn't some
I told you when he did that, when they do that scene, him and her in Times Square, and he breaks her. Mm-hmm. It's one of the best moments in the movie.
Ralph Ineson.
That's it. Yeah. Is it better than Avengers Endgame?
Man, Pedro Pascal is. That's Reed to the point where I was like, that opening of that film, the ABC special presentation. Really, these are the Fantastic Four.
That movie, I told you, I don't think I stopped smiling for the first 45 minutes of that movie. But Endgame is just this juggernaut, man. Even if the middle bit of Endgame that drags a little bit is still really good. Mm-hmm. When Tony and Steve go back to 1945.
Stuff with his dad is so good.
Stuff with his dad is really good. And then again, the last 40 minutes is just absolutely nuclear. I think it's above Black Panther and under Endgame.
Fine.
It's tough. It's really tough.
And this is funny because I feel like you like Fantastic Four better than I do. And it's funnier is that I like Thunderbolts better than you do, and we both like did the reverse thing of like you put Thunderbolts higher than I thought, and I probably put you probably put Fantastic Four more than I thought you would.
It's just that last 40 minutes of Endgame was like bonkers.
You would have. I mean, it's the most impactful hour in the history of the movie.
It's insane. Like I said, from when the compound is destroyed to the end of the movie, like it's relentless.
Highest grossing film of all time, right?
Highest grossing film of all time. I mean, just the three of them standing on the ruins of the compound.
Like
with Thanos sitting there.
You're talking about 11 years of work to get to that very moment of like, that's how you do that.
Like the three of them standing there and like Tony being like, it's a trap, right? And Thor just being like...
Again, taking a character that easily could have won either way. They could have just kept him as the joke, but they were like, no, like, that's still Thor.
Like, and the thunder claps, and he's like, as long as we're all in agreement, and like the thunder claps, and he...
Even the little moment details of putting Tony in like his, his classic Iron Man suit without putting him in his, like, with the gold calves and like...
I love the quick little back and forth between Cap and Thanos when... Thanos is like, I got to kill you all now. And Cap's like, well, we're going to fight you. So Cap wielding Mjolnir is bonkers. Like, yeah, I think Endgame is better. Like, it's just, there's nothing that drives, and it's one of my, it's really understated in the portals thing. But like the deliberate, I mean, obviously Falcon flies through, but like the first character that you see, it's so deliberate, is that it's Black Panther. Because there's something about the way that he portrayed Black Panther that, like, he steps through and, like, as an audience member, you're like, everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to win this one.
Like, everything, like, he has, like, this presence, like, this calming presence where, like, he walks through and he gives Cap, like, the nod, and you're like, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Because T'Challa's here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, like, it's such a cool moment, and, like, Spider-Man swings through.
Right.
And, like,
I'm just thinking about... When... Just in, like that's the type of thing you tell your kids about. That I was there when I was in the theater when Avengers Endgame came out.
Like Scarlet Witch just packing Thanos up.
Yep. Why was she up dead the whole time? Can I ask for one amendment? Okay, I guess we both get to ask for one amendment to the list.
Okay.
That's my late edition ad.
Okay.
I think mine, funny enough, is going to be to put Guardians 3 above Thunderbolts. If you're talking about a pound for pound better film.
God, I love Thunderbolts.
It's tough. I
just love the message in Thunderbolts.
You know what? I'm keeping it.
I just love the message of like, it's okay to be damaged. Like these movies never do this. We're not perfect. And like by the end of the movie, like, yeah, he defeats the Void, but like it's temporary.
Yeah.
Which is like a very like real.
But the only reason the Void's still subdued is because he's with his friends.
It's like a very real take on like how depression works.
Yes.
Where it's like he beat it back, like, and like he needed all the love and support from his friends and quote unquote family to do it, but it's still there. Which is like what that post credit scene also is about.
Right.
Where they're like, dude, you're the Sentry, and he's like, I can't, because like then the other guy comes out. Like that's how depression works. Like it's like I have the support system, but at any given moment, like. And that's so real. And I can't get that messaging out of my head, especially like I just rewatched it recently and I'm like,
me too. Yep.
God,
when it came out on
movie,
Disney Plus. Yep.
It's so realistic.
Potent. Man.
And like none of them come out at the end of it like fixed.
Well, we said like the Brave New World was the end of the old post 2020 way of, pump out movies as fast as you can, and then Thunderbolts was the beginning of what I hope the new era is going to be, and they need to be they have to be on their A game. Like the way James Gunn's moving,
they have to be on their end game.
That's exactly. I almost slipped and said that. The way James Gunn's moving over at DC right now, the way that like they said Superman just performed, it's the highest grossing superhero film of the year. You had 3 Marvel movies come out and none of them outgrossed my movie. People were loving my television show. Got to be careful. Like his big thing is like he's got to get that Trinity right, because you have to find a way to get that. It just remembered in my brain. Got to find a way to get that moment from Endgame back, where Cap Iron Man and Thor were walking, the DC Trinity should have that same feel when they're going against Darkseid in like 10 years. That's how it should feel. I should feel something when they're walking together.
I mean, I'm looking at this. I don't even know if there's anything that I would try to change.
That was my only argument because of how much Guardians 3 affected me. But like Guardians 3 affected me on like a in-universe feel. Thunderbolts affected me on a personal level.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything I would try and argue for or against, to be perfectly honest.
My only thing would maybe be getting Ant-Man above Far From Home in the Marvels. I think that would be my only one. I think Ant-Man's under First Avenger. I think Ant-Man's better than Far From Home in the Marvels.
I don't know. I can't get there. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I haven't seen it in a while. I can't get there. I don't know why. It's fun. I really like it.
I like that first Ant-Man movie. It's endearing.
I don't know. The Marvels is
sweet.
The Marvels is maybe Far From Home is the one that's in the wrong spot.
Maybe that needs to be under. Well, that's what I told. That's what I said the last time. I said that Far From Home is too high. I said there's.
Maybe Far From Home belongs below Ant-Man, and you just bump the Marvels and Ant. I still like the Marvels more than Ant-Man.
I agree. I think that's fair.
All right, we'll do that. All right, so Far From Home's dropping two spots. And Far From Home is the filibuster between this Ant-Man, Iron Man back and forth. Mm-hmm. The Marvels is just really fun. I don't know why. I don't know why I like that movie so much.
It's a fun movie.
I just think it's fun. I like the action. Like I said, I think Brie Larson is. I think what it is. I think Brie Larson is really charming in that movie.
She is. She's a princess on another planet. It's hilarious. They sing.
I forgot about the singing bit. People had a real issue with the singing bit. I thought it was fine.
They have an issue with women.
That's true.
We can all agree that Thor: Love and Thunder is the worst one.
Yes. All right. So we did this. All right. It's not.
A dog just barked.
That dog.
Really upset about that.
That dog really likes Thor: Love and Thunder. All right. So from 37 to 1.
Jeez, they made 37 of these things and they're making more.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man is next.
Wow.
That movie's going to be. That first show is going to hit like absolute.
Like that arm up.
Absolute powder.
Gunpowder.
Yo, we get it. You like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Just say the list before they get mad.
All right. Thor: Love and Thunder is the worst one. Ant-Man Quantumania, sorry. That tough showing for Thor in this list. Thor: Love and Thunder, Ant-Man Quantumania, Thor: The Dark World, Thor: Original Thor, Captain Marvel, Incredible Hulk, Black Widow, Captain America: Brave New World. That probably rounds out the like these movies are not great sect. Mm-hmm. Then we get Iron Man 3, Ant-Man 2, Iron Man 2, Spider-Man: Far From Home, Ant-Man: The Marvels. That's like flawed but fun. That's the flawed but fun sector. Captain America: First Avenger, Eternals, Age of Ultron, Multiverse of Madness, Guardians 2, Doctor Strange is probably like the underrated kind of. It's got some things that you maybe not like.
It's the most underrated one.
It's like the underrated group, underrated squad. Then we get Spider-Man: Homecoming, Spider-Man: No Way Home, Shang-Chi, Deadpool, Wolverine, Iron Man, Avengers, Thor: Ragnarok, which is like, okay, these movies are pretty good to great. And then the top 10, starting at 10, so Black Panther, Fantastic Four: First Steps, Avengers: Endgame, Wakanda Forever, Civil War, which are like, these are like top tier movies. There's really no way to put it. And then the top 5, Captain America: Winter Soldier, Guardians 3, Thunderbolts, Guardians 1, and Infinity War. That's the pantheon. And that feels
right.
That feels right.
Kevin, we did it. You're welcome.
Yeah, that feels right.
What Marvel movie am I going to put on tonight? Maybe it has to be Ant-Man the way I've been talking about it.
I might watch the Marvels tonight.
I watched the Thunderbolts. I got to wait for Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Can't wait to watch that one like once it's properly released.
Yeah.
Man, it's you know what's funny about this list? It's tough for me to watch Guardians 3 because of how sad it is.
There's certain ones.
Wakanda Forever, I've only seen that movie twice.
I've also only seen that movie twice.
I saw it when it came out.
I saw it in theaters, and I saw it once when it came out on Disney Plus.
And those are the only 2 times I can physically watch that film. I cried my eyes out in the first 2 minutes of that film. I can't do it.
Feel that. Damn, maybe I will watch the Marvels tonight. The Marvels is fun. Even though like Fury is just full Sam Jackson at this point.
Yeah.
Amen.
Thunderbolts is so good.
Thunderbolts is incredible.
Don't stop praying. Amen.
That's cool. It's just Carol. She falls out of the sky, crashes to the ground.
I might fall asleep, so I can't do Guardians 1. I need to be, like, cognizant for Guardians 1. And Guardians 3 subsequently.
I feel like if you're gonna, like...
You know what I'll do? I'll do Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Man, is Shang-Chi and Deadpool and Wolverine the best out of the fun ones? No, this is, like, in the, like, I think from, like, you talk Guardians 2 to Deadpool and Wolverine, those are, like, the most of, like, that's the bulk of, like, the... They're fun, but they got something.
They're fun, but good.
They're
and then,
fun,
like,
but good.
the Marvel's Ant-Man group is, like, they're fun, but they're flawed.
And then, like, I think and Captain Marvel, like, the bottom 5 are, like, bad, but they got reasons to be bad.
Yeah, they're just bad.
Captain Marvel's the best out of the bad ones.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why.
And Love and Thunder is because it goes best out of the bad ones. Thor 1 is like the most okay Marvel movie, which makes it kind of bad.
Because there's moments in the bottom 3, like Dark World, Quantumania, Love and Thunder. There are moments that I genuinely cringe. Which is like,
and that's why like Thor: The Dark World has the least of those.
I would agree.
Love and Thunder
has the most of them.
Has the most of those, and then some.
You're just like, ooh, I don't know about
and
that.
Quantumania is the most odd film in this entire... It is an odd film.
It's really odd.
It's so weird.
What was Michael Douglas doing in that movie?
I don't know, man.
He loves ants.
Bill Murray was in that movie?
Bill Murray was in that
Wasted Bill Murray for some odd reason. They wasted him on some character from the 70s.
The bro loves ants.
Ants defeated Kang, man.
You talk to ants, and
then Loki season 2 came out and was just amazing. We gotta do the shows.
That's next.
Maybe we just do this next week if there's nothing that comes out of next week.
Oh, the shows?
Yeah, maybe we just do the shows.
Yeah, we could do that. Are we going to do the animated stuff with that or just the live action?
I think the only reason we have to do the anime, it's because of X-Men 97.
It's almost unfair.
You know what? No animated stuff because it's
unfair either way.
Right.
Like we can't do just an animated one because X-Men 97 is so much better.
And there's not enough.
It's not enough. And X-Men 97 is just head and shoulders above all the other ones. And then we can't do live action plus animated because all the animated stuff would be at the bottom besides X-Men 97.
Which would be at the top.
Spider-Man got some stuff.
Oh yeah, I quite like the
Spider-Man. Neighborhood Spider-Man's got some stuff. But I don't think it's really like...
No. Nothing's ever going to touch.
So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll commit to that. We'll do
the shows.
The shows next week, the Marvel Cinematic.
I really want to do a DC episode soon as well, too, because Peacemaker has been... Man, that episode 3 of Peacemaker
really
was
good.
So good. So good. Spoiler alert for Peacemaker Season 2, but Joel Kinnaman's back. Came back as Rick Flag Jr., which was cool. Find out that him and Jennifer Holland were best friends and then some before he went to Courtsville Maltese. And that the big thing is that the Huntress is canon. So Cara Delevingne's Huntress, they're still dating. By the time he died, they were still dating.
Yeah.
Man, what a list. The Thunderbolts, man. Man, I love that movie. I love that. That is one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. That's probably in my top 5 favorite comic book movies of all time. It's probably the Batman. I think Superman 2025. Winter Soldier. Guardians. Thunderbolts. Think are my top 5.
It's not bad. I don't hate that.
Read some socials, man.
Yeah. You can follow us on Twitter at ProjectINF_pod. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram.
At the Project Infinite Pod.
Thank you. You can follow us on TikTok and YouTube at the Project Infinite Podcast. I think that's everything. Yeah, next week we'll commit to doing the Marvel Cinematic Universe TV shows. Shout out Ironheart. It's gonna,
man.
I'm gonna have some thoughts. I'm gonna have some Ironheart thoughts.
I was just thinking about Ironheart today.
I really liked Ironheart, dude. Really liked it. Really good stuff in that show. So yeah, we'll do that and see if anything is better than Loki. It's gonna be the question.
I don't think so, man.
That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Moon Knight.
It's the most middle of the pack show that there is.
It's aggressively fine.
You want to talk about the high of highs and low of lows and
Moon Knight?
I wouldn't even say low of lows. It's just that show just gets a little boring sometimes when it shouldn't have been at all.
No, there should have been more Moon Knighting.
It's not even about the more new. Not enough Mark Spectoring. That's the issue. I think there's not even remotely enough Mark Spectoring in that film.
No. Daredevil, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun to talk about.
Yep.
But yeah. So we'll tackle those shows next week. We got our definitive list.
There's no more lists. That's it.
That's it. We can't do any more lists after this.
No, we can do more lists, but this is the Marvel list.
No, this is
you guys don't need anybody else.
When we go to this is the Marvel list.
Yeah, once it's gonna get
once more movies come out, we'll just add to this one. Spider-Man. Based on everything that I'm seeing and the vibes of the Spider-Man movie, it's got a shot.
Right.
It's got a shot to be at worst in the top 10.
Right.
At best, could be in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
It could crack that pantheon.
Yeah, I like Ironheart.
I like Ironheart too. Yeah. Captain America, the current bubble movie in the pantheon is Captain America: Winter Soldier. Sitting at number 5.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Spider-Man can be better or worse than that.
Right.
It can't be. It's one or the other.
Come on,
Either
man.
better or worse. All right. So from me, from the Guardians 3 of the podcast.
All right.
Right? That's
So I
very
have
good.
crippling depression.
Well, no. Well, yes. But not Thunderbolt's level of depression.
Yeah, that's peak depression.
That's A tier depression. That's S tier depression. That's what we should have done. We should have done the tiers. S tier. Depression, S tier? No.
Get at it. Let's get at it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. We rank these MCU shows. Till then, goodbye.
Peace.